The wall isn't the only thing having to do with the border that was announced by Donald Trump in his executive orders today. We've also got some changes to how we deal with undocumented immigrants that are caught coming into the country. The executive order tells ICE agents to focus on immigrants who've been convicted, charged, or have committed acts that constitute a chargeable criminal offense. Those offenses include immigration crimes like the initial entry into the country, or, for instance, driving without a license or something like that. Now, this is a slight change. Now, we have had for a long time in slightly different forms under President Obama, different categorizations of who should be focused on. And there has always, although Trump will never admit this, there has always been a focus on people who've committed crimes, violent crimes. Now he's shifting that to say people who've committed crimes like coming into the country. He's just changed the definition for what constitutes a criminal alien under his definition. And one of the reasons he needs to do this is that he's made crazy, grandiose claims during the primary and the general election that he is going to deport the 2 to 3 million criminal aliens that he believes are out there. Now, people who actually study immigration and these sorts of things say that's crazy. They're not there in those numbers. But he can make them in those numbers if he defines criminal as whatever the hell he wants it to mean.
Let's explain what we're all agreed on. If there's a criminal here who is undocumented, they got to go.
And that was the policy already.
That's the most obvious thing in the world. That's why every president did that. Obama certainly did that. In fact, Obama broke a record for most amount of people that were sent back home. Over 2 million. Now, they weren't all criminals, so that's why a lot
And the vast majority were people who were caught just after having crossed the border, in that little area right by the border.
Right. So,
whereas here we're talking about a policy that is going to affect every American city and town.
So if you thought Obama hadn't done enough, that means you thought Bush hadn't done enough, and certainly Reagan hadn't done enough, because Obama did much more than them. And in terms of criminals, there's never any disagreement among Republicans or Democrats. You send them back immediately, right?
Yeah.
So like when he goes, oh, me send back criminals. Okay, congratulations, you're president. That's what you're supposed to do, right? Now, when he says, now they're all criminals, that's different.
Yeah.
Okay, now, so it's one thing to say they're undocumented and, hey, let's figure out a logical immigration policy here. And you can't just come into the country without papers. And so there has to be some consequences. And we've got to figure out a way to do reform here. And, you know, the right-wing approach to that reform is going to be different than the left-wing. And we're going to have a debate about it. It's another thing to say, no, by definition, you're all criminals. You see, I win, because I said in the first press conference I ever did that they're all criminals. And voila, I just turned all of them into criminals.
Yeah. And it also has a stipulation that if you feel that there's some sort of threat, don't worry about all that criminal stuff. You can have them be in the high priority section as well. Beyond that, it also triples the number of ICE agents who are going to be working in this sort of area, which seems odd considering we just had a federal hiring freeze throughout our entire government. We're going to triple the number of ICE agents. And by the way, there's when they are holding people in detention, and that's another thing. As well as a wall, they're also going to build massive detention centers on the border. That was announced today, too, which that's a little bit scary.
Is FEMA running those?
I don't know if FEMA's going to be running those, but Alex Jones will be on the case. Don't you worry. These massive federal camps to
Can
hold
I just
people.
say there, sorry to interrupt, John, but I mean, look at this, right? We tell you that all conservatives ever do is projection. They said Obama's going to put us in FEMA camps. I don't know if you know this, Obama's not president anymore, and there were no FEMA camps.
Yeah.
That never happened. Everybody who told you that is a liar and a fraud. And now that's proven. Unless you think there are secret, invisible FEMA camps that Obama put, and invisible people he put them in. Okay,
Do you not have to live in a hobbit home?
Okay, so now, on the other hand, Trump comes in, and right away, giant detention centers.
Camps.
Look at that, camps.
Yeah.
The ones that you were afraid of under a Democratic president, that never happened. Under a Republican president, it happens immediately. Exactly. And who do you have? The guy who came up with the FEMA camps in the first place, Alex Jones. I mean, I'm sure somebody else did too, but all of a sudden cheering for those camps.
Yeah.
Yay, there's camps to imprison people like we warned you about. What? No, it's okay. You can imprison other races. That's okay. Don't call me racist though, okay? But the Latinos coming in, let's imprison all of them. Ooh, this is going to be let's make America great again.
It would be a fun segment to try to come up with things Trump could do that they would flip-flop on. Like if Trump announced awesome new black helicopters over at InfoWars would be like, yeah, black
Oh, of course, they
helicopters,
definitely
awesome!
would. If
All
Trump,
the badass black helicopters.
if Trump said, man, you know what, these homes are outrageous, they're a sign of our greed and stuff, let's just make them Hobbit homes. They're like, Hobbit homes for everybody, yes!
He's an efficient businessman, much more efficient living.
But you just have to make sure that it addresses the right people. So you know how they had the conspiracy about Obama phones. If you just said Trump phones, but they're for white people, yes, Trump phones! Are you sick of the mainstream media? Then I got good news for you. We're going to hire some investigative reporters and we're going to go house. We're actually going to investigate what's happening in this country and stand up for you guys. Help us do it. Go to tytnetwork.com/go. If everybody watching this video just gives a little bit of money, we'd have plenty to hire those investigative teams and unleash them on the country.